Hey everybody, I'm John and this is Blind Whiskey Reviews. Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today here on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. Today we are reviewing the Baker's 7-year-old Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So let's not hesitate and talk too much. Let's get to the review. All right, everybody, let's get into this whiskey. Start with the color. This is another pretty dark one. I'm gonna say it's on the dark side of the real dark side of amber, probably bordering into the going to the next level. But so on the nose, I don't know what that is, but it does not smell amazing. It almost reminds me, if you watched my Maker's Mark cast strength review, if you haven't, I'll link it up here. It almost reminds me of that off flavor I described there, like a weird vegetable-like character. I think I described that one as like the weird smell you get from like a can of corn, and this one isn't quite that. It's kind of worse. Oh, there's like a strange little stink in there. I don't know what that is. That is very strange. I'm trying to see if there's anything else behind it, but it's tough to get past it. Like I get a touch of sweetness and like some brown sugar cut type notes. I mean, it almost smells like a weird sulfury kind of smell in there. Very strange. I mean, I don't know a lot about many other varieties of whiskey other than bourbon and rye and American whiskeys. And I did put those in the mix as I discussed with you guys a few reviews back. So, I mean, color-wise, this definitely looks like we're still in the American whiskey ballpark, but who knows what it is. Very strange smell. I don't know why I've been talking about it so long. Let's get to the taste. Some heat on the tongue. Lighter side of medium mouthfeel. Not much in the chest. That strange taste is definitely on the palate. I'm trying to get past it. There's maybe like a little vanilla or something in there, but yeah, it's overwhelming, whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, no. It has this strange, like, medicinal quality to it. Not tasting great. There's a little bit of bitterness on the back end. Some heat lingers around. Flavor kind of dives down quite a bit. Sticks around, but it's definitely much more mild than when you first get it on the palate. I'm having a tough time picking out notes in this. That one character is so overwhelming. It's so, at least for me, not agreeable. It's kind of ruining this whiskey for me. Yeah, I can't do it in terms of giving you more notes. That character is overwhelming. It takes over everything. Everything else it's there is super subtle. I will say after the initial punch of flavor dies down, that character goes away for the most part. And I'm sitting here with a little bit of, like I told you, a little bit of bitterness, a little brown sugar and caramel. I mean, this is, I guess we've done 14 reviews previous to this, and this is kind of the first one where I'm just not having it. I'm almost even remiss to give this a rating because whatever this has got to be an off flavor. This cannot be what this whiskey was intended to taste like. But let's go through the motions, at least with this, and add a little water, and hopefully that'll help. Certainly can't hurt at this point. It helped a little bit. Some of that punch, at least on the nose, has died down. Brought up a few of the sweeter notes. Again, same notes we were talking about before, the brown sugar, caramel, maybe a little vanilla, but they're definitely not as overwhelmed as they were at first. I would say similar to what happened on the nose, happened on the palate. Brought that character down a touch. Brought a couple of the other notes up. Made it a little bit better. Still, at this point, not something I particularly would want to drink. So, let's find out what it is. It is Baker's. Oh my goodness. Age 7 years. Yeah, all right. I have not had Baker's in the past. I am a fan of the Beam Distillery line, but this one tastes terrible. So let me grab that bottle and we'll talk about it a little bit more. All right, everybody. We just finished the review of Baker's. This is 107 proof, 53.5% alcohol, aged 7 years. And as I'm sure I said 1,000 times in the review, this was not good. And I'm pretty sure I've got an off bottle. Something's up with this. It needs to open up. I don't know what it is. It tasted terrible. So this is the first stinker we've got here. And I actually kind of realized I forgot to give you guys a rating when I did the review. And to be honest, I don't even want to give it a rating. I don't think there's any point. I don't think that this is what a normal bottle of Baker's tastes like. So I am going to go buy another bottle and probably throw it in the review batch for another day. I will give this the caveat. I bought this over in, I think I was in Atlanta. Bought it at a store. It's definitely an older bottle. I don't know how to, I've been trying to date it since I got it. I can't tell how old it is. It has a neck tag, which they don't have anymore. It has this silver ring around the top, which they don't have anymore. So I don't know how old it is. It's definitely not super recent. And I don't know how long it's sitting, how it was treated while it was in the store. So who knows what's going on. Could be that. Could be it just needs to open up a bit. We'll find out. I'll definitely come back to it and try it again and see if it improves. But at this point, like I said, I don't want to rate it. I don't see the point. You know, a lot of people like Baker's. Some people do, some people don't. But a lot of people consider it to be an underrated whiskey. And so with that said, I think it would likely be at least decent, and this was just terrible. So something's off with this. But just to tell you a little bit about Baker's, it's part of the Jim Beam small batch bourbon collection, which includes Baker's, Booker's, Knob Creek, and Basil Hayden. So I've had all of them. I've never had this one before. I've had the other three. I like the other three. This has got to be off. This cannot be what this was intended to taste like. So, like I said, we'll get another bottle and see what it tastes like. I don't want to give Baker's a bad name. I want to give them a fair shake. So, we'll do that. Just to give you a little background on Baker's while we're here, Baker Beam is related to Booker Beam. I think they're like cousins or something. And he's also, you know, down the line, I think he's like a nephew of Jim Beam. So, they're all in the Beam family. This is Baker Beam's recipe, and obviously these names on the bottle. And I'm sure Baker doesn't want his whiskey tasting like this. So, anyways, if you've had Baker's and it was good, Let me know down in the comments. I want to know what you guys think of this whiskey because my bottle's terrible, and hopefully that changes. But let me know what you think. So I hope you like this review. I mean, I'm trying to be as honest as possible and tell you, and this is the first stinker I've gotten, but I'm being honest. So if you like honesty, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blind_reviews. Shoot me an email at blindwhiskeyreviews@gmail.com. And until next time, cheers.